Part 1, Introduction and Customizing. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to DPD-EASY 2.4. DPD-EASY is a complete data protection management system based on Excel. This means that if you have Excel 2010 or later, you can use DPD-EASY. I deliberately refrained from implementing macros during development, as they are disabled in many companies for security reasons. If you want to use DPD-EASY, you do not need to install anything and do not need access to an online system for which you would have to pay monthly. You purchase DPD-EASY and can then use it as long as you want. But let's take a closer look at DPD-EASY. What you see here is the start menu of DPD-EASY. On the left, you will see the main menu. In the following films, I will talk about the individual menu items in more detail. Now let's go to the right side of the so-called customizing area. At the top, you can see the name of the institution for which a license has been granted. A total of 5 facilities can be deposited. In the next line you will see the license key, which is different for each institution. The version can always be assigned to the individual licensees via the license key. In the next line, the language of the tool can be selected. For each of the maximum 5 institutions, 4 different languages can be stored. This makes it relatively easy to create multilingual versions. You fill the tool once and then you can duplicate it and save the second version in another language, e.g. English. Then you only have to translate the continuous texts entered in the tool. Via the next field you can activate or deactivate the display of the logos. This is necessary because logos require a lot of space and resources. To edit forms, the logo should be disabled. Finally, we find the button Customizing. Let's press it once. As you can see, we have now switched to the customizing of DPD-EASY. In the columns of the table, you can see the individual facilities created. First, we see the exact name of the facility. In the following line, the short name of the institution that appears when the logo has been disabled. The next line specifies the type of setup. There are a number of predefined types, such as nursing service, PD, or craftsman, HW. This is necessary because the categories of affected persons and the business processes differ. So a craftsman has no patients, but customers. Version determines which data protection law an institution is subject to. There is not only the GDPR, but also church data protection laws. Institutions of the Evangelical Church are subject to the Data Protection Act of the EKD, DSG-EKD. Institutions of the Catholic Church are subject to the Catholic Data Protection Act, KDG, or the Church Data Protection Regulation of the Order of Pontifical Law, the KDR-OG. Similarly, church data protection authorities have published other lists of processing operations requiring data protection impact assessments. The DPIA list line assigns which list is to be used for which setup. Languages define the languages that are assigned to an institution and from which you can choose. A total of 20 different languages are available at DPD-EASY, although it should be noted that for most of these languages the texts have been translated via Google Translate. Above we had seen that you can choose the type of device. If no predefined type fits your institution, then the type free can be selected there and the categories of affected persons and the business processes can be defined separately in the following lines. Via the button Main Menu you switch back to the main menu. End Part 1.